Hello everybody, in today's lesson we're going to be talking about Newton's theorem. So what is Newton's theorem and what is it used for? So, well, if you have a question that wants you to find, for example, the square root of 16 point, let's say 05, or let's make it 04, 16.04. You want to find the square root of this without a calculator. Newton's theorem can solve this extremely easy with a really small error margin. So first of all, let's talk about how do you get Newton's formula. Okay, so let me scroll down here. So we know that to find a prime, let's say of a function, we can use the limit definition formula like this. So x1 to x is equal to function of x1 minus function of x divided by x1 minus x, right? That's one of the limit definitions, and from this you could simplify it. So you essentially isolate the variable f of x. So fx1 isolate fx1, which will be f x prime times parentheses x1 minus x plus f of x. So this is essentially Newton's formula, Newton's theorem or formula. And with this equation, we could solve the previous question. So yeah, okay. Now we're gonna plug this into the original formula to solve it. Okay, so what does this thing mean here? So we're gonna use the question to sort of figure it out. So let me rewrite the question right here: 16.04, and you're using Newton's theorem. So what you do first is that you have to find the derivative of this function, or in an bigger sense that I should write this out first, that square root of 16 is this function is f of x. So you have so that is f of x in this sense. So to find the derivative of f of x, essentially you have to find the derivative of square root of x in the general form of that. So sorry about that, guys. I wrote this one, so this is supposed to be x here. So square root of x, because of this question here, it's square root. The square root of x derivative will be equivalent to half x to the negative power of half, which is equivalent to half x, half of 1 over square root of x. There we go. So now with this here, we plug in x, which equals to 16. That is what I meant. So 12, 1/2 times square root of 16, which is equivalent to half times 1/4, which equals 1 over 8. So this function is equal to fx derivative will be 1 over 8 times fx1 minus x, which will be 16.04 minus 16, because x is 16 and then x1 we're assuming that's at 16.04, and then times this by our what we have solved above, f of x. So f of x, we said before, is square root of 16. So this is I should change the color for easier, for this to be viewed easier. So 1/8, so this is plus, sorry. So 1/8 times 0.04 plus 4. Now this will be 400 divided by 4 divided by 800, sorry, plus 4, which is equivalent, let's move this here, sorry, this is a bit messy, 4 plus 1 over 200. So now that is your answer for the square root of 16.04, and we could simplify 4 plus 1 over 200, right? Because 1 over 200 is essentially 1 over 200 can be simplified to 0.001, I guess. So That's your answer.